Okay, so if we were in charge of this like if Sony and Disney ever came to us and said like, hey, pitch the next Spider-Man movie to us, like we'll give you like $250 million and you have access to any like rights whatsoever with any other properties, like what would we do? So I had an idea, right? So let's start with let's recast Spider-Man first of all. I don't want Tom Holland. I don't want any of these other people back as Spider-Man. I just want like somebody new. Like who would you cast as Spider-Man? Because I have some ideas.
I don't know actors, man.
Okay, based on other characters, who would you do? Vin Diesel as Spider-Man? Okay. Sure. You know what? It works. He already has a really good working relationship with Disney because he's Groot, technically. So let's cast Vin Diesel as Spider-Man.
He's gonna move up in his roles.
Yeah. So who's the villain?
Oh shit! I forgot he was Groot.
Yeah, he's Groot.
The villain.
Who would the villain be? Like which comic book?
Whoever the villain would be, it will have to be The Rock, though.
You want The Rock as the villain?
Yeah.
Okay. So The Rock, let's have him play what's a Spider-Man villain they've never done before? I'm trying to think if there's
in the Marvel universe or like movie universe, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking because they've done Green Goblin twice. They've done Doc Ock, they've done Sandman, they've done Venom, they've done Lizard, they've done Mysterio, they've done Electro, they've done Vulture. There was another one they did in Homecoming. Then wasn't Shocker in Homecoming or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shocker's in Homecoming. So The Rock can be. Hold on, let me look up some like stupid
Obviously, they've
ass.
done Venom and Carnage before.
Right? Yeah. Even let's include those like stupid Sony Spider-Man cinematic universe. So we can't do Morpheus either, even though no one gives a shit about Morpheus. I'm sorry, Jared Leto. No one fucking cares about Morpheus. Morpheus is a stupid villain. I'm sorry. Stupid. So let's look through who haven't they done yet. Oh, okay. They haven't done Kraven the Hunter yet.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah. So let's have The Rock as Kraven the Hunter. So Kraven the Hunter, let's take his like one of his most well-known stories, which is the one where he beats Spider-Man and then commits suicide. So let's say that Kraven the Hunter, i.e. The Rock, he wants to be the one with the most family in the world. But unfortunately, he's up against Spider-Man, who's played by Vin Diesel. And Vin Diesel, unfortunately, has the biggest family out of everybody in the world. Like, he's got, like, the ultimate power of family. Like, if there's anything more important than web slinging, it's the power of family. So, how would Kraven the Hunter go about...
Last words was family.
How would Kraven the Hunter go about acquiring more family as, like, his final challenge against Vin Diesel, i.e. Spider-Man? How would he go about this? I'm very curious. Let's say this is a world where Facebook doesn't exist. So he can't cheat and go, "Hey, I'm The Rock. Please be my friend on Facebook." And he like outclasses Vin Diesel. Because I think he like could like get away with that on Facebook. Because I think between Vin Diesel and The Rock, I think The Rock could get more friends on Facebook. I.e., he would try to cheat and go about that way and be like, hey, there's all these people on Facebook and they be my family. But Vin Diesel, that wouldn't work with Vin Diesel with Spider-Man. He has family in real life. Facebook friends don't really count as family. So
I'm gonna go to his local car meets and win drag races for family.
you think he'd do that as
Yep.
Kraven the Hunter?
Yep.
What if he goes and like races a cheetah? Instead of a car, he rides a cheetah. And he finds Spider-Man at one of these events driving his Spider-Man car. And he's like, hey, Spidey, I'm gonna challenge you to a race. And whoever wins gets the other person's family, thus beating them in the battle of family. So we'll have Vin Diesel, i.e. Spider-Man, and The Rock as Kraven the Hunter. So you have Spider-Man in his little like Spider-Man car, which his Spider-Man car is just a normal like Honda Civic, and it's like a souped up Honda Civic. So it's got like, it's all decked out in the normal Spider-Man colors, like the red, the white, the blue, and it looks like the Fast and Furious car, but instead of like a Gatling gun on the front, it's got like a web shooter. So the car can web sling through the air, just like Spider-Man can, i.e. Vin Diesel. So, and then you got Kraven the Hunter, who has Cheetah. But this cheetah has a power of its own. This cheetah has the power to cause divorce, thus splitting family.
Hey, hold on. So you know how you said you got any rights to get any other properties,
Yes.
images,
Yeah.
right?
Let's just go with it.
Get Cheetah from DC.
Oh, he's riding Cheetah. So
He's riding the villain Cheetah.
So are we gonna get? So okay, so that makes it even better because Cheetah is a stupid villain. So The Rock can ride Cheetah from DC. But like, which Cheetah are we talking about? Are we talking about the terrible Wonder Woman 84 one, or are we talking about like the animated series one, or not animated series, like the movies one, which is actually cool?
I only know the good one.
Okay, so we'll use the good one, just because I don't want, the less I have to think about Wonder Woman 84, the better. So we'll use the good one, like the one that can actually hurt people and kill them with like no problem, with actual blood. So okay, so now we have an actual villain, like an actual like tag team villain. It's Cheetah from DC and Kraven the Hunter, i.e. The Rock, versus Spider-Man, i.e. Vin Diesel and his Spider-Man car, his Spidey car, his Spidey Civic. We'll call it that, the Spidey Civic, the Spidey Civic.
This movie is sponsored by On.
So, what happens at this drag race? Like, is it a drag race, or is it going to be one with like an actual route and laps?
You remember the opening scene to Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
That, like, I think that was that one lap in the top
Okay.
bridge, that kind of race.
So, are we gonna have it set in like the exact same area?
Yeah, why not? It's gotta be in an undisclosed location.
Yeah. I mean, we could use Fast and the Furious. We already have Vin Diesel, so it makes sense. So, we're gonna have that. And this is like after maybe an hour of Kraven the Hunter. I mean, an hour and a half of Kraven the Hunter and Spider-Man. They're like taunting each other over like the lack of family that they each have. So then they decide, winner takes all at like the hour and a half mark. And this is like the first big like set piece of the movie. It's this like drag race. Well, not drag race, but it's like an actual race between Kraven the Hunter and Spider-Man, i.e. The Rock versus Vin Diesel. So, what's gonna happen in this race? Because I'm thinking The Rock wins, because that creates more dramatic tension for the final third of the movie.
Rocky Boy wins.
Mm-hmm. Rocky Boy.
Somehow sabotages Vin Diesel's car.
Ooh, how would he do that?
Maybe he had a maid that he knew that he was gifted from Green Goblin or something.
So the Green Goblin. Okay, so in the middle of this race,
You
when
have
it,
like a reference to the
Mhm.
Green Goblin maybe appearing because he has one of his grenades.
no, he has a flashback to like Green Goblin gave him a grenade like years ago, and he tells him, "You'll know when the time is right to use this." And sure enough, like Craven the Hunter, he like remembers it, and he hears like Green Goblin's words. He's like, "Now is the time to use it, Craven." You'll know. Yeah, so he throws one of those like pumpkin bomb grenades at the Spidey Civic, and it blows up one of the tires. So it sends it like flying into the air. Like, you know, have you ever seen Cars 3?
Yeah.
So like that, when Lightning McQueen like thrashes and he flies into the air. And he basically is like out for a while. So this causes Vin Diesel as Spider-Man to go through like a crisis, because not only is he severely injured from this race, but he's also got a major blow to his pride now. So now we have Vin Diesel like beaten, and The Rock has all the family that he ever wants. So, but The Rock, he didn't really want this family. He just wanted to beat Vin Diesel. So The Rock, like, we're gonna go with the Craven's Last Hunt story. The Craven just puts a shotgun in his mouth and just blows his head off, basically. So The Rock is dead now. Like, he's gone. He's just like, I just wanted to beat Vin Diesel and show him that family doesn't mean everything, and then he just kills himself. But,
Oh my god.
but Cheetah is still alive. And Cheetah wants to take revenge on Vin Diesel, even though Vin Diesel is already broken, because she secretly wanted The Rock for herself. So this is where we get to like the surprise villain of the movie, where the Green Goblin actually does come in. But it's not like the normal like Spider-Man Green Goblin. It is going to be a goblin from some other franchise. We need to figure out which goblin we're going to use from some other franchise.
Oh my god. A goblin from another franchise.
Yeah, what other goblins can we use? Because I'm just, all I think of when I think of Green Goblin is just, this is the Goblin from the first Spider-Man movie.
Shit. I don't know, the only thing I can think of is just somehow like Spaceballs the fuck out of the Green Goblin.
No.
Have, like some fucked up looking like
No.
full outfit.
I have an idea. I have an idea of who we could use. You've seen Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna use Dobby the Goblin.
Oh my god.
We're gonna use the Goblin from that's the one that's like, Dobby is free.
Harry Potter's getting into them.
So we're gonna use Dobby is gonna come down on like the glider, but instead of like the high-tech glider, it's a sock, because like Harry Potter gives him that sock at the end of Chamber of Secrets, and he's like, oh, I'm giving you clothes, therefore you're free now of this piece of shit owner that you have. So Dobby comes out, and like Dobby's like Dobby wants to kill Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel proves that Dobby needs family. So Dobby comes out and fucking teams up with Cheetah. So it's Cheetah, like once Vin Diesel has like recovered. So we need like a thing where Vin Diesel as Spider-Man he has like a mentor who trains him again, who like retrains him to be better. Now, I came up with Dobby, so you need to come up with this trainer now. It could be like anyone.
Anyone to train.
Anyone to train Vin Diesel to come back as Spider-Man.
To come back as Spider-Man.
Yes.
Huh? Let's see. What if we got? What if we got some from Star Wars?
Okay. It can't be Yoda. It can't be Yoda. Yoda's too obvious.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka?
Yes.
Hmm.
I actually wanted her to train Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Mandalorian.
That would have been nice, yeah.
So actually giving her a training role.
Okay. I mean, you don't want like creepy CG face young Luke to come in with R2-D2 at the last minute and train
no.
train
No.
Vin Diesel.
If I wanted to make a movie flop, I'll do that.
So here's the follow-up question: will Spider-Man learn the Force?
Yeah.
Will Spidey Vin Diesel learn the Force?
Yeah, man. How else
Okay.
do you think he gets his spidey senses?
What about a lightsaber?
Actually, out of web.
Sure, why not?
Web
No.
lightsaber.
Yeah. He shoots webs, but they're like little like lightsaber, web-shaped lightsaber bits. It's not an actual lightsaber. It's just like it's got like the super duper like heated shit that a lightsaber has. I don't know the fucking nerdy terminology for it, but everyone knows what I mean. Any halfwit can fucking know what I mean. So we're gonna have so let's sum up. We're gonna have Ahsoka train Vin Diesel how to use fucking lightsaber themed spider webs.
He's gonna get the Force.
So we're gonna have that. Okay, so let's say Ahsoka brings Vin Diesel back and he's like, oh, you're back to your old self now. What's like the climax of the movie? Where does it take place? Because I'm thinking like Dobby and Cheetah, they want to like eliminate all of the families in New York. So, as like revenge. So they are going to do like they're gonna like lure every family. They're gonna use hypnotizing. We're gonna take something from Batman. They're gonna use like the Mad Hatter hypnotizing thing to hypnotize all the families into like gathering in one area of New York City, and they're just gonna like blow them all up or something. No. They're gonna run them over with cars. That's what they're gonna do.
Run him over with cars.
They're gonna run them over with cars. They're just gonna like hypnotize all these families to like group together in a big thing, and then like get a bunch of cars and just have them like run them over.
They're gonna be Teslas because they're gonna be self-driving.
The self-driving Tesla. What if no? I have a better idea. What if it's a tank? What if it's a Tesla tank?
Yeah.
A self-driving Tesla tank comes in.
What's gonna be on the face of all this?
Yeah, and just wipes out all of these families. That's what they're gonna do. Dobby's going to be the one that programs the tank. What if he gets a sock to drive it?
Oh my god.
He gets a sock. We'll do that. He gets a sock to drive a tank and like mow down all these families. So that's the climax. So Vin Diesel has to come back. So let's just like forget the
He's
fact.
gonna be training in Doctor Strange's wizard cave.
Ooh, with Ahsoka.
Yep.
I don't even know what this wizard cave is.
Really? it's been showcased in his house.
Has it? I don't even. Dude,
You've
I
seen
haven't.
the Avenger movies, the house that he literally lives in.
Fucking remember most of these Marvel movies once I see them. I see them like once, and then I'm like, oh okay, and that was it. Like to me, these movies are like condoms. Like I just use
Don't you
one.
even remember? All right, do you
I'm
remember
done.
the part where Thor was talking to Strange, and then he dropped Loki out of a portal?
Oh, and Ragnarok. Yeah, I remember that.
That house, that New York house.
I remember the New York house, but I don't remember it as some kind of like fucking cave.
He has literally a cave.
I don't remember
It's been
that at all.
shown a few times.
I don't remember that. Okay, so Vin Diesel gets trained by Ahsoka. I have one better. I have another idea. Let's just have Vin Diesel drop Spider-Man altogether, and he just comes back to fight as Vin Diesel. So
God.
Spider-Man has like, it's like a Pokemon. Spider-Man has evolved into Vin Diesel, and he's using lightsaber web shooters. So we'll have The Rock. He's like already dead, but in his place, Dobby and Cheetah will try to flatten everybody in New York via post-hypnotic suggestion with a sock-driven tank that'll like mow everybody down in New York City. So he has to save everybody. He has to do like the bit we're gonna do the bit in like Spider-Man 1 where Dobby manages to kidnap Vin Diesel's mom. And he's like, Dobby has like Vin Diesel's mom in one hand and like the tank control in the other hand. And he's basically doing like the you choose Spider-Man, or in this case it's like you choose Vin Diesel. So he like drops the mom and he presses the button on the tank at the same time. So the tank starts like firing at the families, like killing some of them. But Vin Diesel's mom drops. And he has to like, they do the shot in Spider-Man 1 where like, you don't remember, how long has it been since you've seen the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire?
It's been a while, but I pretty much remember it.
Okay, so there's that shot when after he's like you choose Spider-Man, and he drops MJ and like the cable car. I think it's a cable car filled with like kids or something, and he drops both, and he's trying to make Spider-Man choose, and you see it like reflected in the eyes of Spider-Man. Like you see like in one eye MJ falling, and the other eye it's the cable car falling. It's a really good shot. So. And he manages to like, instead in Vin Diesel's eyes, he's wearing like these like Chronicles of Riddick like goggles. I'll have him do that. He's wearing like Riddick goggles, and you see in one goggle you see like Vin Diesel's mom drop, and then in the second goggle you see like Dobby press the control on the tank. So what he does is he goes after his mom first, because family means everything to him. So he gets his mom first. And then once he's done rescuing his mom, he goes and he manages to like get into the tank. Like he finds a way to like plug up the hole with his web shooters. So the tank kind of like blows the top of itself up. And he goes in and he like throws out the sock and he takes control of the tank. So he manages to like somewhat save most of the families, but his mom is alive. So he does that. Are you following me so far?
Yeah, are we gonna actually get $1 million here?
We might. I want to pitch this to Sony and see what they say. So
Green lights it immediately.
So Vin Diesel then gets into the tank, and this is when we have like the Cheetah versus Vin Diesel in the tank fight. So Cheetah, like, we'll have Cheetah be like the Mook fight, where Cheetah like she puts up a decent fight, but Vin Diesel like very easily just like kills her with the tank. But then we get to Dobby versus Spider-Man tank, and Dobby
up in the pound.
Hmm?
Locks her up in a pound.
Yeah, locks her up in a pound. So then we get to Dobby versus Vin Diesel in a tank. So Dobby, he's like standing there, and he goes on like this like villain monologue, and he's like, I have power. Dobby has power. Dobby has everything. What does Vin Diesel have? And then Vin Diesel in like the tank, he just goes like, family, and then just starts firing at Dobby. But like Dobby is like is too fast, so he can't hit Dobby, and Dobby manages to like disable the tank by like throwing a bunch of socks at it, and he manages to like derail the tank. So Vin Diesel has to like get out of the tank and fight Dobby like one-on-one. So we're gonna have it where like it's at night, and there's like in the background like the tank is on fire, like it's just totally useless at this point. So Vin Diesel comes, and he fucking like stares down Dobby, and Dobby like pulls out his like best socks, and he like wraps them around his hands like boxing gloves. And then Vin Diesel pulls out doesn't he pull out like a wrench or something in one of the movies and fights Jason Statham with it? Something like that? Or am I like misremembering one of the Fast and Furious movies?
No, I think the story was he beats someone with a wrench.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He beats the guy up with the wrench in 9 in the flashback. That's what gets him in jail, right? He like beats that one guy up.
Well, we know he's done it even before 9.
Yeah.
Paul Walker, when he was a cop, he sees photos of what he's done.
Right. So, he pulls out a wrench, and he's like, it's time to prove that family is the ultimate power. So then Dobby comes in as like his socks is like boxing gloves. And then he and Vin Diesel do like a one-on-one fight, and Vin Diesel like he's losing. Vin Diesel starts losing.
Hold on. We need to make sure we get this movie sold. So instead of a wrench, we're just gonna say it's a pickaxe from freaking Fortnite.
Oh god! So he gets a Fortnite pickaxe.
He gets a Fortnite pickaxe.
Is it the default one? So it's the default one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a default.
So he's gonna have a default Fortnite pickaxe. Okay. So they fight. So with Vin Diesel it's not even like a Spider-Man movie anymore. It's just a Vin Diesel movie now. So, but we'll lure people into the theater thinking that they think that it's Spider-Man. But it turns out the real star of the movie is Vin Diesel. So Vin Diesel uses the Fortnite pickaxe, and he's fighting Dobby, and it's a really evenly matched fight. But Dobby manages to get the upper hand by like punching one of Vin Diesel's legs so hard with the sock that it almost like cripples his leg. So he like falls to the ground, and Dobby just starts like punching Vin Diesel in the face with the socks, and it looks like all hope is lost basically, and it's hopeless. Like Vin Diesel's all like bloody, and then Dobby is like, "Where's your fucking family now?" and just starts punching him in the face more. Every time he like punches, for every like 3 punches to the face, he's like, "Where's your family now?" and then you just punch. "Where's your family now?" Punch. Say it. "Where's your family now?" Punch. And like he's about to like basically be killed by Dobby, like beaten to death. And then all of a sudden, like all the families that he rescued from the tank like show up, and they all surround Dobby, and they all start shaming him. So they start like saying mean things about Dobby. So it starts like one little girl that Vin Diesel saved starts like pointing at Dobby and going like, "You're a big bully," and they just like everyone just starts yelling at Dobby. And what this ends up doing is that everyone binds together to try to cancel Dobby. They all just get into a circle to cancel Dobby.
Bruh.
So they all pull out their phones and they all go on Twitter, and they start saying like mean things about Dobby while shouting at him, and they start like recording him and stuff. and they start a hashtag. It's cancel Dobby, and it starts trending like #1 on Twitter. So, like, Vin Diesel, his like face starts to like magically heal because of now like the cancellation that Dobby is gonna go through. And he stands up, and Dobby's like cowering in fear. And then Vin Diesel, before like he delivers like one final blow to Dobby, he's like, family. And then he like uppercuts Dobby. Dobby like goes like flies like midair. But because he's been canceled so much on Twitter, he does like the Avengers Thanos snap, and he just turns into ash like midair. So he gets canceled to death by everybody in New York, and he gets like Twitter. He gets canceled by Twitter basically at the end. That
fuck is this movie?
That's my pitch. That's my pitch for like a 2.5 hour Spider-Man epic starring Vin Diesel and The Rock. We don't even get we'll make that the twist. The Rock dies like halfway through. That'll be the big like shocking like, oh my god, The Rock wasn't even the main villain this whole time. Huh?
All while we're making our plot, manage reply saying it is what it is.
Wow. You should tell her like you're missing our Spider-Man movie. You should tell her like you're missing our pitch for the best Spider-Man movie ever. This will be the best Spider-Man movie ever. I can feel it in my bones. Hire us, Universal. Or who the fuck makes it? Sony. Hire us, Sony. Hire us, Disney. We'll make your movie for you. We'll get you those billions of dollars that you want. This movie has everything. It has The Rock, it has Vin Diesel, it has Cars, it has Spider-Man, it has Star Wars in it, it has Harry Potter in it, it has DC in it, it's got Fortnite in it, and it's got Twitter references in it. It's got like modern social commentary on cancellation on Twitter. It's the perfect Marvel movie. It's the perfect Spider-Man movie. This is a movie that will stop countries from warring with each other.
There's a movie that everybody will treasure.
Mm-hmm. This is the movie that will heal the world, basically. Like, as soon as this movie's released and everyone sees how beautiful it is, like, climate control will start to go back to normal. Like, everyone in like the Middle East will stop fighting.
Even just the movie trailer putting on YouTube
yeah,
make them so much ad revenue.
Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about ad revenue. I'm talking about like this movie will bring world peace, and everyone
that's what I mean.
will be
like,
happy.
The movie's that good that even the trailer on its own will be too powerful.
This movie will be so good that Twitter will shut down forever. Like, Twitter will go away. Will, like, magically go away. Like,
even Facebook will.
Even Facebook will go away. The metaverse will die. Forests will be repopulated. A bunch of extinct animals will magically come back to life. Middle East will stop fighting people. China will stop being horrible. Actually, no. That might be the one problem that Disney will want to sell. This will end COVID, yeah.
This will end COVID.
This is the one problem, is that Disney might want to sell this to China. So they might try to edit it in some way to appease the Chinese audience. But maybe this movie will be so good that the Chinese censors will let it get through. Like, I don't see any reason why this would... Like, I don't see any reason why China would have any objections against this movie. I don't see any reasons why. I don't. Can you think of any reasons why China would reject this movie?
Look, just to make sure that they don't reject this movie and let it go through, the end credits would just feature a Chinese version of Hawkeye.
Ooh, yeah.
He just randomly appears out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and as a final scene.
What if Shang-Chi appears out of nowhere?
Or Shang-Chi, there we go.
Yeah.
You know, Spider-Man Vin Diesel goes to a bar to go get some Corona for a hard day's work
Yeah.
of saving the world again,
Mm-hmm.
and meets up with Shang-Chi. And they just hear an explosion happen, and there you go. That's it. Credits.
And yeah, that's our pitch for the next Spider-Man movie. I.e. the movie that will bring world peace and end coronavirus. That's pretty much it. Merry Christmas, everyone.